channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name's Tiffany and I've been chronicling my weight loss / fitness / health journey. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more of my journey. So excuse the hot mess. I just got back from the gym, so I am hot and sweaty and gross, but we're all friends here. So let's get into the video. It is that time where I give y'all the update on my experience with Mounjaro 7.5. I started Mounjaro on November 11th because over the last summer I was diagnosed with insulin resistance and my blood work was just under pre-diabetic levels, and with the symptoms I was having and a follow-up blood work, my levels were only increasing. Diet and exercise alone was not helping me, so we opted for medication. My insurance approved Mounjaro, so that's how I got started on that. I started taking the 7.5 milligram dosage on March 3rd of 2023, and that was after taking 8 doses each of the 2.5 and the 5 milligrams. So my side effects, like the typical Mounjaro side effects on 7.5, were actually very minimal for me, with the exception of one day where I had it really bad. I got severely sick GI wise, but I really think that was something that I ate and not necessarily because of the medication. I didn't really have a whole lot of appetite suppression as I had on the previous doses, but I wasn't like super crazy ravenous hungry either. Just like I could really feel hungry. I felt more hungry than I have the entire time that I've been on the medication. But I just want to add, like, feeling hungry is not a bad thing. I know a lot of people kind of get hooked on the appetite suppression, and when they start to feel hunger, they're like, oh my god, it's not working anymore. Y'all, feeling hunger is not a bad thing. Like, it's your body letting you know that you need to eat, and you have to eat to sustain your life and your body functions. The one major side effect, and it was actually very concerning, I haven't mentioned it in previous videos because I wasn't for sure that it was related to the Mounjaro or if it was something else completely, but I started having episodes again where my blood sugar would spike randomly. It wasn't like because I had just eaten or anything. And when these episodes hit, I tend to get very lightheaded. I'll have vertigo for hours at a time. I tend to feel nauseous, fatigued, and sometimes even my blood pressure will elevate. Now, I say again because I was having episodes like this prior to starting the Mounjaro, and that, in addition to not being able to lose weight while I was exercising and eating balanced, nutritious meals over the course of a long period of time, was the reason that I talked to my doctor, like, something's not right. I didn't even at the time realize that those two things were correlated, but it all turned out to be because of my insulin resistance. That being said, I have not experienced that since starting Mounjaro, actually, and so it was very concerning when it started happening again. So after discussing that with my doctor, we decided to go ahead and try the next dose up, 10 milligrams, to see if maybe, you know, my body's not getting enough of the medication, like the 7.5 wasn't a strong enough dose for me, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So I can happily say that I am on 10 milligrams now. As of filming this, I am almost completed 2 weeks of it, and I have not had one of those episodes since. So I'm definitely thinking that the 7.5 was not the right dose for me. Moving into diet and nutrition, if you've been here, you know my diet has, diet in quotations because I don't necessarily follow a diet, has stayed relatively the same the entire time. So I aim for about 1,600 to 1,800 calories a day, and I'm prioritizing protein as a minimum. I like to hit around 120. The goal, like ultimate goal, around 140 grams of protein. Also prioritizing fruits and vegetables, like the whole foods over processed food. Not to say that I don't ever eat processed foods, because I do. I live a busy lifestyle. I have kids and extracurricular activities. We are constantly on the go. And, you know, life happens. So, yes, sometimes I eat processed food, and that's okay. It's all about balance. So, my exercise while I was taking the 7.5 milligrams was mainly just yoga. The occasional Pilates video and a random lift here and there. Wasn't my finest month of exercise. And the weight loss. I lost a total of 4 pounds while I was on 7.5 milligrams. That is less than what I had lost on previous doses, even as like a monthly average. I don't really know the reasoning. Was it because 7.5 was not a high enough dose for me? I also had like a really bad cycle during that. Basically 3 out of the 4 weeks I was either having like severe symptoms or on my cycle, which actually, now that I think about it, is also weird. I mean, I've had irregular periods my entire time of having them. But since I started Mounjaro, they've actually kind of leveled out. Like, I still have like the symptoms of having a period, but they had actually been coming pretty regularly prior to this one, and it was, I mean, it was late, and the symptoms were like very hellacious, worse than they've been in quite a while. So now that I'm thinking about that, that's kind of weird too. And I did lose 3.5 inches, which again was less than what my average has been on the previous doses. I don't know. I mean, like I said, my exercise wasn't really on point. I wasn't feeling great for most of the time, but I don't know. I would say all in all that the Mounjaro 7.5 milligram was not a great dose for me. The whole experience was kind of weird across the 4 weeks that I took it, and it didn't really fall in line with the other doses that I've taken. But with that being said, I think that that will conclude this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because that really helps my channel grow. Leave me a comment letting me know where you're at on your journey. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because I love having all of you around. Until next time, bye!